Then let's watch a Tyrese video. I'm like almost done with it.
From a long-range missile from Nembhard to suffocating defense that forces 2 Milwaukee turnovers, with some help from Gary Trent Jr., to letting Haliburton do what he's done all year in the clutch, Indy does the impossible. Oh, and that dude he blew past for the game-winning layup was the former 2-time MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Tyrese is stoked, and so was his dad. Right as the buzzer went off, he gets right in Giannis's face, taunting him after his son's game winner, sparking some final fireworks between these two rivals, which resulted in the NBA banning him from attending games for the foreseeable future.
Wow.
I'm telling you, man, the Pacers are deep, with 7 players averaging over 10 points per game throughout this series. This isn't your typical 4 seed, and they'll have a chance to prove it against a bona fide juggernaut in round 2.
Cavs.
We welcome you to downtown Cleveland. The Cavaliers and the Pacers set to collide on the playoff stage with a trip to the conference finals at stake. Halliburton doing his dance. Crosses over, steps back, and buries it. Comes Hunter on the wing, turn back. My goodness. Second Siakam into the corner. Turner, clean look, and he buries it. The timer crosses over, pulls, and sticks it. Great series opener that he's hit for 30 or plus. Andrew Nembhard. Nembhard, 5 to shoot. Tough step back, and he connects on a deep shot for Indiana. The Indiana Pacers come to Cleveland, take the home court advantage, and make their early statement in this Eastern Conference semifinal.
In a complete stunner, Indy goes into the number 1 seed 64-win Cavaliers crib and steal game 1. Behind 22 and 13 from Hallie, 17 from Nesmith, 17 from Siakam, and of course 23 from Nembhard, who delivered some long-range daggers to seal it. Looking to run it back, the Pacers were met with a little bit of luck, as Cleveland was without Mobley and Garland for game 2, which makes this an easy win, right? Well, they still had Donovan Mitchell, who entered another dimension, scoring 36 points through 3 quarters, leading his team to a 7-point lead with 48 seconds remaining. A situation that seems awfully familiar to Game 5 versus Milwaukee. With a chance to cut the lead down to 5, Siakam is headed to the free throw line. He misses the first, then proceeds to miss the second, before Aaron Nesmith drops down from the rafters to stuff in the putback. On the following inbounds, he draws an offensive foul on Mitchell. That possession, Siakam scoops it home to cut the lead to 3. They force yet another turnover on the next Cavalier inbound. Tyrese gets the ball in his hands, drives, and gets fouled at the rim, giving him the opportunity to get within 1. He makes the first, and on the second,
Much better job of getting open. Misses Halliburton the rebound. They do have a timeout. Carlisle's going to let him play. Halliburton steps back and hits. Tyrese Halliburton. And it is over. The Indiana Pacers in a Game 2 stunner.
Mr. Overrated does it again, stepping back for the ballsy 3 to win a second game on Cleveland's home court. When the going gets tough, Indiana thrives. They've clearly learned from their late game mistakes from last season, as they're now the ones forcing late game turnovers and coming through in the clutch. What a 180. Looking to take that momentum back home, it ended up being Cleveland who finally broke through, behind 43, 9-5 from Mitchell in a 22-point rout, to which Indy responded with a full-blown demolition. In the first half of Game 4, they dropped 12 threes down the hatch to take a 41-point lead. This is against a fully healthy Cavs team too, by the way. These dudes are no fluke, scoring over 120 points for the 5th time this postseason. All that talk is real quiet now. With a chance to close out the series on the road, the Pacers didn't come out too hot, finding themselves down 19 early in the second quarter. That seems like a sign to wrap it up. Well, apparently not. Tyrese turned into a living flamethrower the rest of the quarter, going 5 for 5 from deep, in which 4 of those were from 30 plus feet out, including a 35-footer with his foot on the logo. It was Curry-esque as Tyrese single-handedly cut the lead down to 4 entering halftime. He didn't slow down in the second half either, pouring in 14 points with an exclamation mark in the fourth, swatting Ty Jerome's shot from behind before going coast to coast for the and one. And by he and the bench's reaction, you know it's over. 31 points, 6 rebounds, and 8 assists on 67% shooting.
That's
as
amazing.
Indiana bounces the East #1 seed out of the playoffs. Like I said, the Pacers can go as far as Tyrese can take them, and right now, they're headed to a second consecutive Eastern Conference Finals.
If only Tyrese didn't get hurt, man.
And just like that, we're back. A 2024 Round 2 rematch that the Knicks swore they would have won had they been healthy. Now, with a trip to the NBA Finals on the line, they have a chance to prove it.
Yo, the Knicks are doing so well.
In Game 1, they sort of did. Fast forward to the fourth, and a Brunson free throw puts New York up 14 with 3:44 remaining. Now, this is the part where I'm supposed to say there's no chance they come back, it's over, GG's. But from what we've seen in previous rounds, we know that's not true. And so, I introduce to you the New York Miracle.
Oh, I got chills.
And also, if you would have told me with Brunson, another 3 by Nesmith.
11 of 29 shooting threes, about 38%. Halliburton, his 3 is good. Find the defensive arm. Nesmith 3, caught!
Turner, the rim protector, on the floor as well.
Now that the Pacers
Nesmith 3,
are back,
caught! Another one from outside.
all because of Tyrese getting hurt.
Nesmith again, 3,
Changes the
got it! He's a flamethrower! Nesmith, it's a 3. It's a 2-point game!
Oh my
It's
goodness.
a 2-point game with 22 seconds to go. Indiana with it. Halliburton.
We're back, yep.
He'll take it. He'll backpedal a 3 for the win.
Boing. And went in, yep. And he did the choke.
He got
For the 3rd time this postseason, the Pacers have escaped death. From down 14 with 3 to go, it goes Nesmith 3, Hallie 3, Nesmith 3, Siakam free throw, Nesmith 3, Nesmith 3, Nesmith 3, Nesmith free throws into a Halliburton prayer of a 3 that bounces off the heel up to the shot clock and drops through as he emulates Reggie Miller's choke sign from the 1994 playoffs. With Reggie in attendance, Pacer history repeats itself at the Garden. But as the replay states, it's a 2, not a 3. Let's hope that wasn't premature. Tyrese made sure it wasn't. In the extra frame with 30 seconds to go, he delivers a slick scoop pass to Nembhard to take a 1-point lead, followed by a dagger dunk by Obi Toppin, and now, that's game. With 31 points and 11 assists, Halliburton was celebrated as the game's hero for that shot. But man, it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Nesmith. who dropped 30 and 8 threes, in which 20 of those and 6 of those triples were in the fourth quarter. How is Indiana doing this? Are they using dark magic?
Oh, yes, yeah.
With their sights set on a 2-0 lead, it was another star who rose to the occasion, as Siakam gave MSG a 39-point masterclass, with a helping hand from Turner, who snapped for 13 points in the fourth quarter, as Indy steals another game at MSG, taking a 2-0 series lead back to Indianapolis. Despite leading by 16 at half in Game 3, the Pacers saw the Knicks surge back to get themselves back in the series. Gaining some momentum, New York was feeling good. That is until the Taliban dropped a bomb.
Taliban.
You're not a terrorist.
I am not.
But did you or did you not take down New York?
No, with my teammates.
The Taliban, that's not your nickname?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Indiana 4-6-3. Halliburton. Here comes Halliburton. He has the last 7 points for Indy. And right away, Neesmith picks off. Looking over his shoulder, so to speak. Halliburton with a 3 from way outside. Shot clock at 3. Halliburton for 3. Well, that was deep, but goes on top. It's Toppin for 3. Good! That'll do it. That's it. The Indiana Pacers are 1 win away from the NBA Finals.
Gainbridge Fieldhouse was turned as they saw the Taliban rain down bombs, delivering a 32-point, 12-rebound, 15 assist, and 4-steal performance with 0 turnovers.
0 turnovers? First ever 30-10-15 playoff game with 0 turnovers since TOV tracking me again in the 90s. That is crazy. He got 0 turnovers, but a triple-double.
On top of a 30-piece from Spicy P and 20 from Mathurin off the bench. This is the definition of a team. Even on a career night by their superstar, multiple guys are making a winning impact, as Indiana takes a 3-1 series lead. New York would muster up another win in front of their home crowd, but that's all the Pacers would give them, closing it out at home in Game 6. If this doesn't prove it, I don't know what will. Last year was clearly no fluke, and neither is this, as Indiana is set to make their first NBA Finals appearance in over a quarter century. But once again, everyone's counting them out entering the finals, as they're running straight into a thunderstorm.
Yo, speaking of the Thunder, they beat the Lakers, man. Wimby gotta get their ass out. Whole fouling shit.
By every metric, matchup, or prediction, it all points in Oklahoma City's favor. That is the 68-win OKC Thunder led by MVP Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Indiana's played the underdog role before, but this was different, and Game 1 showed. In unfamiliar territory, the Pacers are getting stomped, echoed by a Jalen Williams slam and roar to put the Thunder up 15 with 9 minutes remaining in the fourth. But then suddenly, Indiana was comfortable again, counted out, facing an insurmountable deficit with barely any time to come back.
No,
This
they gotta come back.
is where they thrive. The floodgates opened with a barrage of threes from Toppin to Turner to a tween cross, step back 3 by Nembhard over the MVP, and it's butter. He attempts it again the next possession, misses, but Siakam is right there for the putback, and it's a 1-point game. SGA comes back down the other way, but he can't capitalize. The Pacers get possession, and you already know what comes next.
With a chance to win it. Final seconds, no fouls to give. Halliburton looking. Halliburton driving, pulls up, jump shot.
Splash.
It's good! With 3/10 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC. Tyrese Halliburton does it again. Their first lead
I hope
of
we
the
try this much
game.
better, man.
What a victory for the
needs to get
Pacers
that.
as Tyrese Halliburton's heroics
I heard he got
take
the
center stage.
shingles too. Causing him to gain weight.
One down, man.
Hope he gets better.
We
man.
shouldn't even be surprised at this point. This is what Tyrese does. A 4th game winner, a 4th improbable comeback, and a stunning 1-0 series lead for the Pacers. In Game 2, OKC counterpunched with a dominant performance to tie the series, which now brings us to Indiana. Hosting a finals game for the first time since 2000, the building was electric, and it was only right to have one of the longest tenured Pacers take it to another level. TJ McConnell begins the second quarter by threading a dime to Siakam. He then steals the inbounds pass, grabs the ensuing offensive rebound, setting up Mathurin for an easy 2. Minutes later, he dots Nesmith for another layup, then deflects the inbounds pass and whips the ball off a Thunder as he falls out of bounds to maintain possession, as he releases a primal scream to the crowd. From down 8 when TJ entered the game to up 4 entering halftime. The dude was cooking. That spark had Indiana flying the rest of the night, as they win by 9 and take a stunning 2-1 series lead. With all the momentum in the world entering Game 4 on their home floor, the Pacers were playing with swagger as they entered the 4th quarter up 7. A 3-1 series lead is just 12 minutes away. That said, they didn't rise to the occasion. Indy would shoot an abysmal 5 for 18 and 0 for 8 from 3 in the quarter, while the MVP took off for 15 in the frame, and in the blink of an eye, the series is knotted up at 2. Indiana's inability to close out Game 4 at home was followed by a gut punch in Game 5. In the first half, Halliburton attempts to explode to the paint, but falls to the floor in pain as he grabs at that right calf. With their superstar hobbled the rest of the game, the Pacers couldn't keep up with Oklahoma City's star duo, who combined for 71 points. For the first time in these playoffs, Indiana will be fighting to keep their championship hopes alive in Game 6. And the question is, will Halliburton play?
Halliburton got hurt
Despite
with that
being a
ankle.
game-time decision with a calf strain that would sideline him for multiple weeks during the regular season, Tyrese was gonna play. I mean, it's the finals. So, in an effort to keep his minutes low, Indy decided to put the game away in the second quarter. Out of nowhere, the Pacers went on a blistering 30-9 run that saw TJ doing TJ things, Nesmith ripping nylon from deep, Tyrese joining him from downtown, while also doing a little bit of playmaking.
Points, throws it away. Halliburton comes up with it. Cross court, Siakam for the slam.
Welcome to the party, Siakam. Flight 43 is cleared for takeoff. Under pressure, facing elimination, Indiana did not flinch. We're off to Game 7.
No, I don't want to. No, I don't want to see this, man. I know what's gonna happen. Tyree's gonna get hurt.
In every step of this run, the Pacers have been doubted, overlooked, written off, but now entering a do-or-die game in the finals against this Thunder team, they've earned everyone's respect. Indy, however, always knew this was possible, and they believe it's time to put the cherry on top.
Yep.
The tone was set by their leader, launching in a 3 that barely touches the mesh. 28 seconds later, he fills it up from 24 feet on the break, and a minute after that, he pulls from the parking lot, and it's butter. OKC calls timeout as the man roars at the crowd. Halliburton is here. He'll drag his team to a title if he has to. And right as we began to believe that Indiana can really get this done, one of the great playoff runs we've ever seen came to an end.
Good contest from Thorpe. Halliburton falls down. He looks hurt right away when he fell.
No.
course, that strained calf, he's in pain, so emotional. Oh, you get in a situation like this, you're just sick to your stomach for the young man.
It's one of those moments where you're at a loss for words. It just seems so unfair that a player at the peak of his game, in the most important moment of his life, could see his dreams collapse right in front of his eyes. Only if it could have lasted one more game. Waves of shock and disbelief were going through every player as they continued playing, and yet Indiana kept pushing, grinding out a 1-point lead headed into halftime. However, a break from the game and a chance to sit with the magnitude of what just happened seemingly took the air out of Indiana's lungs.
Yeah.
OKC seemed much quicker, motivated, and focused in the second half, as they would go on to crown themselves NBA champions. For just a moment, it seemed like they were gonna do it. The improbable comebacks and series-defining shots were all gonna culminate in one of the great Cinderella runs the sport has ever seen. It was destiny, but instead, it never made it past that moment.
Man. Man, I really wish the Pacers won. Amazing video, by the way. It feels like I'm in a documentary. Oh my gosh. Oh man, it feels like I'm in a documentary watching this. I wish Tyrese did not get hurt. It's like the biggest what ifs. I mean, of course, the Pacers would have won. Or it would have been like a very, very close Game 7 if Tyrese did not get hurt. Prayers up for Tyrese. I know he has the shingles and he's been gaining weight. But eventually he'll come back this upcoming season in the fall. And hope he's able to lose weight and he's able to get back on the floor and prove to himself that he can win it again. Like with Jamal Murray, right? Jamal Murray had that I think he had like an ACL injury, and he came back the very next year. He won a championship with Nikola Jokic and everyone else. Man, that was a really good video, even though I already watched like 8 minutes of it.